Internazionale return to the top of the table over in Italy, that's right. Open up a 3-point cap over the nearest and dearest. That is Napoli, that's right. Will the champions remain tip of the top of the table heading into this series of matches? We'll take a look at that and much more next. That's right, folks. Once again with another prediction video today. It's all about match number 30, that's right, over in Italy. And we'll get to it in a second. If you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe and your sub shop for Blackburn Rovers, World Football, Serie A. We've got it all here under one rooski. That's right. Currently, the champions look destined to make it back-to-back titles. But can they be stopped this weekend? We'll take a look at that and more in a second. If you knew where you've been, hit your subscribe. A big shout out to the members, big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. So what we're going to do now, though, is revisit the last round of games, which did take place before the international break, then kick on forward to this week's end drama, and also bring you a cheeky update in the Superbru. So let's get into it then, my friends. Of course, as we look back, go back in time. That's right. Go back in the old DeLorean, hit the old space button, whatever it is, and go back to these games. That's right. That took place over the past match day, pre-international break, and they included wins for Genoa, 2-1 winners over Lecce. Of course, the result was on the right. My predictions were on the left. I went with the 1-0 win myself. Monza and Parma did duke it out to a 1-1 draw. Verona picking up a cheeky away win against Udinese. I went with a home win. Milan picked up a 2-1 win over Como. I went with a 3-1 win. Torino also continued to win. 1-0 winners over Empoli. I went with a 2-1 win. Venezia with a cheeky 0-0 draw against Napoli. I went with an away win. Bologna did put 5 past Lazio. Goodness gracious me, I did go with a draw. Ranieri's Roma with a 1-0 win over Cagliari. I went with a 2-0 win. That's, of course, the Ranieri derby there. Juventus did lose to Fiorentina 3-0. Costamana's job. Motta is out. Even Juric, I believe, is in. Finally there, into with a massive 2-0 away win against Atalanta. Wow. That's, of course, the results. What about the table? Well, the table looks like this, my friends. Of course, Internazionale kicking ass and taking names 3 points clear over Napoli. Of course, the race for the title will keep going, but it does look good now for Inter. Atalanta are in third, and they're also broken away from the chasing event. Bologna all the way up to the fourth right now, and could be back-to-back European or Champions League adventures. Don't rule out the likes of Lazio or Roma from breaking into that top 4 power play over in the race for the Champions League. Meanwhile, time for an update in the Superbru. It's been a long time coming, guys, but here it is on the screen right about now. Alrighty then, folks, this is the state of play over in the Superbru over in Italy. K7 is kicking ass and taking names, 14.5 points for him last time out. Meanwhile, Raymond Reyes also with a nice haul of 14 points. Alex Weller sitting in bronze at the moment. For the race for the title. That was, of course, the 1 week only. I must admit, I am out of it now. I've completely taken my eye off the ball, and I'm predicting probably in the last 2 for Italy. So I am going to hand in my notice, I believe, for this. We'll keep on doing our thing, but the race for the leadership is in Raymond Reddington's hands right now. 3:14 at the moment. Taobi is in second. Trey Marley is in third. Of course, I am in 19th, but I'm going nowhere and fast right now. So please bear that in mind. Smash the like if you do see your name in there. You're all in there. So I do expect to see many likes over the course of time. So that's the situation at the moment in the old Superbru. What about, of course, the next round of games? Of course, they're coming at you thick and fast. Just a reminder, though, this is the link that you use for the Prediction League, just in case. But these are the next round of games we are fully focused on right here, right now. So let's get into it. All kicking off this coming Saturday, the 29th of March. It's Como, it's Empoli, and it's coming at you as well on Friday night. Cesc Fabregas' boys are 13th for the table, 29 points for the season, winless in the last 3, though, up against Empoli and Roberto Diavesa, who are down into 18th right now with 22 points for the season, just 1 win in the last 6 matches. Taking place at the Stadio Giuseppe Signalia. They played 5 times since 2001, 2 wins apiece and 1 draw. Goodness gracious me. Last time around, over at this very venue, was a 2-0 win for Empoli way back in September 2002. The reverse fixture in Empoli was a 1-0 win for Empoli back in November. The hosts, though, on the back of that 2-1 loss to Milan. Empoli on the back of that 1-0 loss to Torino. They haven't scored in the last 2 games, of course. Bookies odds right here, right now. Como off fancy for the victory. I think I'm going there as well with a 1-0 win for Cesc Fabregas' boys. Next up, let's go to Venezia then, taking on Bologna. That's right, coming at you on Saturday, March the 29th at the Stadio Pre Luigi Penzo. Venezia under Eusebio Di Francesco, coming at you 19th for the table, 20 points for the season. Up against Bologna under Vincenzo Italiano, who are 4th for the table, 53 points for the season, and just lost once in the last 6 matches. They've won 4 on the spin at Bologna. They're looking real good at the moment. They've played 9 times, these two clubs, since 1998. 2 wins for Venezia, 5 wins Bologna. There's been 2 draws between the two sides. Last time around at this very venue was a 7-goal thriller going in favour 4-3 for Venezia way back in May 2022. They've also played each other this season at Bologna. It was a 3-0 winners way back in November. Bologna on the back of that 5-0 demolition job of Lazio. Napoli, though, picking up a draw against Venezia most recently, who have drawn 4 on the spin. Goodness gracious me. They are the draw kings right now. The odds right here, right now, Bologna should win this game. Expected to win this game from the bookies. I'm going with a 2-1 win on the road for Bologna. Juventus up against Genoa. Juventus under I said Ivan Juric. It's Igor Tudor, sorry. My apologies. Juventus taking on Genoa at the Allianz Stadium. That's right. Juventus 5th in the table, 52 points for the season. Just 1 win in the last 4. Up against Genoa under Patrick Vieira. 58% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. They played 41 times since 1993. 26 wins for Juventus. 5 wins for Genoa. There's been 10 draws between the two sides. Last time around over at the Allianz Stadium was a 0-0 draw back in March 2024. Juventus are picking up the away win this season at Genoa back in September. 3-0 win as it was way back when. Juventus, though, on the back of successive losses, back-to-back losses, back-to-back games without a goal, conceding 7 in those last 2. Up against Genoa, who did pick up a 2-1 win over Lecce most recently. With the bookies, though, going in favour of Juventus. They should win this game. Is at home. It's embarrassing if they don't. I'm going with a 2-0 win for Juventus in the end. Bounce back ability, perhaps. Lecce, up against Roma, coming at you over at the Via del Mare. Lecce under Marco Giampolo, all the way down to 16th right now, 25 points for the season. 4 defeats on the spin for them. Up against Claudio Ranieri's Roma, just 1 defeat in the last 6. 83% form for them right now. 5 wins out of the last 6. 7 for the table, 49 points for the season. They played Lecce 30 times since 1993. 22 wins for Roma, 1 win for Lecce. There's been 7 draws between the two sides, including a draw when they last played at Lecce. 0-0 back in April 2024, around about this time last season. Meanwhile, Roma picking up a 4-1 win at Roma when these two sides last played this season back in December. Roma, though, with a 1-0 win over Cagliari. Lecce losing to Genoa last time around, 2-1 win as it was. The odds right here, right now, of course, Roma fancied by the bookies. They are the strong contenders on this one. Going to go with an away win, 1-0 win, just enough to get the 3 points and keep this Ranieri train moving. Cagliari up against Monza. Let's get into it then, shall we? Come at you over at the Unipol Domas. Cagliari under David Nicola, 15th for the table, 26 points for the season, but they have lost, they were winless in the last 5 matches. Up against Monza under Alessandro Nesta, they are 20th. They are going down, 15th for the table, or 15 points for the season, 20th for the table. They played Cagliari 7 times since 1997, 2 wins apiece and 3 draws. Last time around over at Cagliari, it was a 1-1 draw way back in November 2023. The reverse fixture, a 2-1 win for Cagliari at Monza back in January. Cagliari did lose last time around against Roma in the Ranieri derby. Monza picked up a 1-1 draw against Parma last time out. The odds, though, for this one, Cagliari should win this game by the bookies odds. I'm going with a draw here. Monza with a bit of fight maybe in the end. Fiorentina, though, up against Atalanta with a ding-dong classic on Sunday, March the 30th at the Stadio Artimando Franchi. Fiorentina under Rafael Palladino are 8th for the table, 48 points for the season. They've won twice in a row. Up against Atalanta under Gianpiero Casparini, who are 3rd, 58 points for the season, but coming into this on the back of a defeat. They played 56 times, these two sides, since 1995. 25 wins for Fiorentina, 13 wins for Atalanta. There's been 18 draws. Last time around over at Fiorentina, it was a 1-0 win way back in April 2024 in the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia. That was last season. Meanwhile, they also played last season at Fiorentina in the league. 3-2 win as it was for Fiorentina. They've actually been quite familiar opponents of late. Kicking on forward to this season, the reverse fixture, 3-2 win as it was for Atalanta, back in Atalanta at the Guay Stadium back in September. Last time around, Fiorentina with a 3-0 win over Juventus. Back-to-back home wins for them. This is the 3rd home win on the spin. Up against Atalanta, who've lost against Inter most recently, back on the 16th of March. The odds right here, right now, Fiorentina are the unfancied one here. Atalanta are the favourites, of course. This one's a tricky one. Fiorentina at home are something else. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Atalanta to keep their outside shot for the title on the line there. But looking at that form, but Fiorentina could actually take all 3 points, so be careful on that one. Internazionale. Let's take it on Udinese, coming over at the Giuseppe Meazza. Inter under Simone Inzaghi are top of the pops right now, 64 points for the season. They won 4 in the spin, have Inter up against Udinese. Costa Hrunic, 67% form for them, are now sitting in 10th with 40 points. And they played 67 times since 1993. 39 wins for Inter, 15 wins for Udinese. There's been 13 draws. Last time around, of course, for Inter. 2-0 winners it was in the Coppa Italia this season, back in December, in the round of 16. The reverse fixture this campaign, 3-2 winners it was for Inter, way back in September. The hosts winning 5 on the spin against Udinese and looking good to make it 6 on the spin with this one. They're coming into this on the back of that 2-0 win over Atalanta. Udinese did lose, surprisingly, to Verona last round at home. The odds right here, right now, of course, Inter should win this game. The bookies are expecting it. They should do. I'm going with a 3-0 win, big win as well, to keep themselves at the tip of the table. Meanwhile, what a game over at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium, of course, is Napoli under Antonio Conte up against Milan under Sergio Conceição. Played 50 times, these two clubs, since 1993, 16 wins apiece and 18 draws. Last time around, or we'll get to the last time in a minute, Napoli currently find themselves second with 61 points. They've drawn 4 of the last 6, but coming into this without a win. Just one defeat in the last 6. 1 win, though, in the last 6. So pretty grim stuff there for Napoli. Up against Milan, Sergio Conceição, back-to-back wins for them. They are 9th at the table, 47 points for the season. Now, they last played at this very venue as a 2-2 draw way back in October 2023. The reverse fixture this season, 2-0 winners it was for Napoli at Milan back in October. Milan on the back of that 2-1 win over Como. Most recently, Napoli with that 0-0 shambolic draw away to Venezia. The odds right here and now, Napoli are expected to win this game. I'm going with the 2-1 winner as well, with the bookies on it as well. Meanwhile, Verona up against Parma, coming at you over at Verona on Monday night at the Stadio Canto Petagodi. Verona and Paolo Zanetti are 14th for the table, 29 points for the season. They won 2 and lost 2 over the last 4 matches. Parma under Christian Kuvu, just 1 defeat in the last 4. They're down to 17th right now, 25 points for the season. They played Verona 18 times since 1997. 10 wins for Verona, 6 wins for Parma. There's been 2 draws between the two sides. Last time out, over at Verona, it was a 2-1 win for the hosts back in February 2021. The reverse fixture, also Verona picking up a 3-2 win over Parma back in December to make it back-to-back wins. Parma, though, drawing with Monza most recently. Verona with a 1-0 win over Udinese last time out. The odds, quite tight on the bookies on this one. They could go either way, but I think they're slightly leaning towards Verona on this one. I've gone with a 0-0 draw. Pointed the bag for each, but doesn't really do much for anybody. Meanwhile, Lazio will wrapping us out here with a match against Torino at the Stadio Olimpico. Lazio under Marco Baroni, 6th in the table, 51 points for the season. They're winless over the last 3 matches. Up against Torino, Paolo Vanoli, unbeaten in the last 4, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They sit 11th with 38 points. They played Lazio 46 times since 1993. We've got 21 wins for Lazio. We've got 9 wins for Torino. There's been 16 draws between the two sides. Last time out, at this very venue, it's a 2-0 win for Lazio back in September 2023. The reverse fixture, also a 3-2 win, though, for Lazio on the road back in September. Torino, though, picking up that 1-0 win over Empoli last time out, and Lazio losing heavily to Bologna. They make it winless in the last 3 matches. The odds, Lazio should still win this game at home against the Torino side, who have been good as well. So it's a well-oiled machine, this Torino side right now, but they're still going to lose this one 2-1 on the night over at Rome. Of course, this is, of course, the table that will look like after my picks are coming on in. Into, of course, 3 points clear, still over Napoli, who remain in second with Atalanta and Bologna in those Champions League spots. Going down, Empoli, Venezia and Monza. That's, of course, my picks. Get yours in as well down below. We'll see you when we return. But until then, subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. We are done for now.